Make a mess out of it.
Oh, I know. All right, let's do this.
We are already live. Hello, people.
Oh, sweet.
They didn't hear your racist rant.
Oh.
Oh, well, here, let me do it again. God damn it, I hate everybody. No, I'm just kidding.
I don't think it's racist if you hate everybody.
Yeah, that's not
just
racism. That's just like, what? There's a word for like hating people in general. Fuck, I can't remember.
Yeah, it's called get it? Because I don't know what it's called.
Oh. Hey Google, what's the word for hating people in general?
Great start.
Oh shit! It answered in a different Google. Okay, we'll try that again.
I believe that the
What
word
is
we're
the
looking
word
for is
hating
asshole.
people?
Misanthrope. Thank you, Jello.
Misanthrope. Yeah, that's what Google says.
Ah. The sad thing is that I knew that. I just couldn't remember.
Same here. I just couldn't remember.
Well, there's a song by a band called Days and Days.
There's probably a lot of songs called Misanthrope. It's
called Misanthropic something or another.
I have a feeling that that's a fairly common thing to put in, like, there's probably like 17 punk bands called that.
Well, the sad thing is,
yeah,
the funny thing is that Days and Days is one of those like folk punk bands. They're a punk band that play country, but they're ashamed of the fact that they play country, so they had to create a name for an entire genre to make up for the fact that they play country, so they called it folk punk. It's fucking country, guys. Just admit it. You play country and move on.
It's just country with edgy lyrics, like.
Look, it really is, and I love that music. Shit, some of my favorite artists are folk punk artists. But come on, guys, you fucking play country. Stop calling it something it isn't. Stop calling it black grass and hellbilly. It's country, okay?
I will say that both black grass and hellbilly are good names.
Dude, they really are. And the crazy thing is that like some black grass band, bluegrass, but played by punk rock. Literally, that's the only thing that separates them. The lyrics are the same. The music is the same. The only thing that separates somebody that's willing to call themselves bluegrass from somebody who calls themselves blackgrass is how many goddamn piercings.
Did you die like mid?
I think his rant killed his internet connection.
Oh, dude,
the internet was like, fuck, he's ranting. Yella is also correct. Those are great horror movie titles. Speaking of of grass, so today we're looking at Humanidad. I'm not sure how to pronounce it. Humanidad.
Humanidad. Like it's like Trinidad, but with human in the.
I guess like something like, which is basically is some place in Guatemala where you go and you get high off your tits on plant medicine.
Is this the thing that whatchamacallit does?
Yes.
What's his name?
There's so many people.
Yes.
Oh fuck. Spirit science.
But it gets worse.
Jordan Pierce.
Yeah. But no. Remember, he does it because he's a spiritual weirdo who hallucinates about Emma Watson. These guys, here you go to use it to treat your depression or post-traumatic stress disorder. Yep.
Wonderful.
Oh God, this is so fucking dumb.
So
I love every bit of it already.
That moves zoom in a bit.
Yeah, give us a little bit of maximization so we can see how dumb this is.
Maximum warp.
Energetic Healing Center. Oh my God.
No, not energetic. Not energetic.
Oh, in theogenic?
Yes.
Entheogenic? Yeah, okay.
So entheogens are like, it's taking an entheogen is something like is a psychedelic you take to have a spiritual thing.
Okay, good, because I'm just so used to seeing energetic that I just assumed that was what it was. All right, so Humanidad is a healing center focused on the therapeutic use of entheogens. I'll remember that. In master plants to treat physical master plants. Oh my god.
Master plants.
Please, somebody.
It sounds like a He-Man character.
We really need to get the person. We need to Photoshop the person who runs this website or the leader of this movement or group in front of a lot of plants that have been Photoshopped to be absolutely very white. And then title that Master Plants. And and I will laugh infinitely for it.
But it has to be C Master. Das Master Plants. Die Master Plants.
The only plant that is a good one is a white plant. Anyway, so to treat physical, mental, and spiritual conditions. Okay, so that is writ large dumb.
I feel like one of these is not like the others. Like these two are actual things.
Yeah, what's a spiritual condition?
Like, can you like, oh no, I have spiritual depression. Like, what does that mean?
Yo, recently, I've been like, my aura's been like a orange. I've been trying to get that shit green lately, so I've been having some real spiritual conditions, you know? That's the only thing that I can really, it's dumb. What's a spiritual condition?
I don't know. Can you have spiritual Down syndrome? Like
well, what are we talking here? Is it like, you know, conflicts of faith, spiritual doubt, or like is this like a religious context or
no? Because they will go on to say that they're not religious in any way. It's very this site is fucking weird.
Whoa.
I mean, you kind of guessed that already, probably.
Yo, this is more confusing than trying to glean a story from World of Warcraft. We specialize in treating conditions such as depression. No, you don't. Post-traumatic stress. I super doubt that. Addiction to barbiturates. Is replacing an addiction with an addiction really getting rid of it?
Well, not all. Like, well, a lot of the I'm not sure ayahuasca and like my magic mushrooms are like actually addictive.
Look, you're gonna go from chasing the dragon to chasing the pink elephant. Is it really a difference?
Isn't pink elephant alcohol?
Okay, no. Well, I thought the pink elephant was just like an umbrella term for anything that you like an addiction that you replace with another addiction.
Maybe I just watched too much Dumbo. I don't know.
Well, AA. I had a bunch of friends go to AA and talk about the pink elephant. It was like essentially just it's something that you focus on to keep yourself from focusing on your addiction. So instead of getting rid of your addiction in AA, they encourage you to replace your addictive behaviors with like hobbies and activities. But really, when you look at it from the outside, it's just replacing one addiction with another addiction.
Yeah, but at least like if it's a hobby, it's slightly healthier than drinking yourself to death.
Yeah, well, if that hobby becomes drinking massive amounts of coffee.
Well, okay, but like if it becomes like, I don't know, building Lego, like
you cut out there.
Oh. It doesn't matter.
I get what you're saying though, but in this instance, we're talking about them wanting you to take like mind-altering substances that are going to put you in this state, and that's kind of what I'm focusing on. Is it like if you're in any position where you're addicted to something at such a rate where you're looking for a way to get off of it, like barbiturates, which is a very heavy thing to be addicted to. If you're going to go somewhere and take like acid or ayahuasca or whatever, you're going to be chasing that feeling. You're going to be chasing that feeling that you got from that made you want to get rid of those other addictions. So really, in this instance, I feel like you are abusing somebody's addictive nature already by giving them a substance that's going to alter their mental state to try to get them off of something that they already feel alters their mental state. It just seems
I'm also a little like it doesn't exactly feel safe that these people who like these people don't have like the people running this place aren't medical doctors or like addiction counselors, and it
doesn't surprise me.
And it feels a bit like it feels a bit risky to like try to get someone addiction or like post-traumatic stress, PTSD or depression, like where your brain is already not functioning optimally. There's already something in there that and now you're putting something extra into that you have no idea how that person is gonna react to.
Yeah, exactly. So you know it's kind of funny. I was going through trying to find our live stream while you were talking to look at the chat, etc., etc.
Mm-hmm.
And as one could assume, I'm subscribed to a bunch of pseudoscience YouTube channels, and there's one called Odyssey of Ascension, and it's going to be a live channeling with this lady named Roxanne in a Q&A. But it's scheduled for tomorrow at 5 p.m. If anybody is interested in tuning in and laughing, because Odyssey, I'm sorry, I would usually not condone going and making a mockery of things that other people do. Please don't harangue them in the chat if you go. Just go and privately laugh to yourself because it's fucking hilarious. I watch their live streams every now and then, and believe me, there's so much joy to be had from that. And I wanted to put that out there because this lady, her big thing is spreading positivity. So let's go have a joyous laugh that's going to carry us through the rest of our day tomorrow at 5 p.m. Odyssey of Ascension. If you need help spelling those words, Google will help you.
Stop and substances that create dependency with treatments that can range from 3 to 12 months. That's a long time. I don't think going to Guatemala for 12 months is cheap. Like
all of these really do sound like vacation. I'm not gonna lie. Like I want to do this not because I do want to get high off my ass. I don't want the puking bits, but like it sounds like a fun vacation.
You just want to get high in Guatemala for a year.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like I just want to get high.
Yeah, like that's what I like. Guatemala. I don't know about the thing that because Jordan talked like it makes you like real sick, right?
Yes,
like the one.
But they have other things. They have they have. We'll get to a list of the things they actually use.
Okay.
Hey, what's the psychedelic that you take that has to be filtered through an animal before you can take it? It's like they chase around deers.
That's oh fuck. They have
it's a mushroom.
Yeah, it's a mushroom. Fly something.
But could you just imagine?
They have that.
Hey Google, what's the name of the psychedelic you need to process through an animal first?
They have it. It's fly.
Ayahuasca.
No, not ayahuasca.
Are you?
No, it's fly agara or something like that.
Oh, I don't know.
It's the classic like toadstool mushroom.
Ayahuasca came out in mescaline and.
Well, ayahuasca is made out of a vine and a bunch of other things that you sort of boil.
Well, here's the thing. The thing I was going to say is, could you ever imagine being so addicted to something that you're chasing around an animal, trying to get it to piss into a container so that you could drink it to get high?
Well, you aren't chasing it. Like, there was reindeer they would use. And, like, they would feed the reindeer the mushroom, and it would get all the bad side effects. But then it would its pee would contain only the, like, active substance. So you wouldn't get all the side effects from it. So like it was their reindeer. Like they kept them as like cattle.
So you're telling me that all these hippies that go out to do all this shit, they have their own private reindeer at home?
I don't think there's a lot of. I don't think reindeers do terribly well in like Guatemalan climate.
But what I'm trying to say is like it would be funny to watch
someone at some point discover this. Without like there being a place, it's like somebody somewhere drank an animal's piss and got high.
I have a feeling they were probably high already.
Maybe, but this is like the people who discovered like wine and beer. Like someone somewhere decided to eat something rotten, and then they enjoyed it, and then didn't die.
Well, fuck, that's how fish sauce came about. They put a barrel of fish in the basement, it fermented, and somebody was like, rotten fish.
I wonder if I should stick this in my face. And it was fine. But somebody did do that. Somebody fucking followed a reindeer around and drank its piss. And then, I feel like we should give them props for being, so brave about it, but...
What if they just had a pee fetish?
No, fuck bravery. Fuck bravery, right? There's a show on Comedy Central called This Is Not Happening, where comedians tell fucked up stories from their life. I can't remember the comedian's name, but it was a female, and she was talking about how she used to be a meth head, and how at one point in time in her addiction, she went to her sister's house and used her sister's cup that she held her toothbrushes in to pee in it so that she could drink her pee, because somebody had told her that if you drink your pee after you do meth, you'll get way higher or some shit because your body doesn't metabolize it.
Yeah,
right?
Because there'll be meth in your pee.
And no, fuck you.
Don't do meth, kids.
Yeah. Just don't do it. Stay away from it. If you want to do meth, just drink a bunch of energy drinks. I don't know what to tell you. All right, so let's move on. I want to see what this guy Guillermo Guillen looks like. I'm pretty sure that's how you'd say it.
We also offer holistic detoxification and spiritual development processes that range from 1 to 3 months for those seeking cleansing, healing, and a deep connection with the self.
Okay, oh my god, that's Guillermo?
I don't know.
Guiando.
I think these are testimonies.
Go to the left. Go to the left of the...
Those are some pretty ladies, dudes.
To the left? I can't go to the left. I think that's the
guy.
No,
oh my god. He looks like that dude that runs fucking... what's his name? His name's Daniel something. He runs Druvula Melchizedek School of Remembering YouTube. Daniel Miter. They both look a lot alike.
He looks exactly like I expected.
Oh yeah, he looks like any other pseudoscience peddling nonsense. Hey, did you know that the guy that owns Bang energy drink says that Bang can get rid of cancer and shit?
Bang is an energy drink? I thought that was just the guy the sexist guy. What's his... The baker scientist?
Oh no,
Red Scientist Man. That's the only thing I remember him from. Yeah, Rushri, and who thinks that looking at women's butt is gay?
Yeah.
Because he thinks that all butt stuff is gay?
Yeah.
I don't know about any of that. If that's true and that's the same guy, hilarious. But no,
Rushri. Well, Rushri, who's not a baker, he's a bread scientist.
Yeah, he refuses to call himself a baker because baking is women's.
But if cooking and he literally said, "I'm outing myself as a baker."
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god! So is that like his way of saying he's trans? I guess.
No, he just doesn't want to.
Because then he followed up with that.
Science is a manly thing, so I'm a bread scientist, not a baker.
Yeah. Men like science, so.
I wish every badass female scientist that works at CERN could see that so that they could have a hearty laugh. Because I'm pretty sure the head of CERN right now is a woman.
Probably. I'm pretty sure, I wouldn't be surprised.
I'm pretty sure the head of the research team at CERN right now is a fucking woman, that oversees all 4 of the test centers, or what would you call that? Stops along the way.
Departments, detectives.
Yeah, there we go. You know what I'm talking about.
Yes.
But anyway, oh shit, there was something I was gonna say, but it really doesn't matter. So let's move on.
R&D?
My turn?
Yes.
Yeah, Mexico. I mean R&D.
Oh, I like how I only got one sentence. I'll take it. The treatments are guided by Guillermo Guillen.
That's exactly why I wanted it to do it. Because then I didn't have to try it.
Who has worked for more than 7 years with entheogens?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And master plan. Oh, the master plans.
The master plans. The Heil.
I'm really upset that Geo couldn't be here for the master.
I know.
Like, not gonna lie, we need him for the master plan.
There's so many times whenever I just think of the best Nazi jokes, and he's not here to live them with me. But anyway, let's move away from Nazi territory and talk about Guillermo Guillen. That's how I'm going to say his name from now on.
That's very French. Our purpose is to reconnect individuals to their own self-healing power and guide them to find the necessary strength so they can lead their lives from the wisdom that resides within their heart. Man, talk about word salady.
You know, the funny thing is that whenever you cut up parts, like we can actually cut, remove the top of somebody's skull, and we can disconnect parts of the brain and make it to a dumb idiot. But whenever you tend to cut up parts of the heart, people just die. They tend to just bleed out and die. Because the heart does nothing. The heart is just a muscle that pumps blood.
Well, it has a few other hormonal things, but yeah.
You shut up. We're talking about its base.
We don't care about biology here.
We don't look right now, the inner workings of the heart and how it relates to other parts of the body pertaining to hormones, etc., does not matter in this instance, because we're going to look at the heart as a mechanism, as what it does, like its primary function. If you were to shut off both nodes, the heart would be fucking pointless. So the heart pumps blood. You stab a bunch of holes into it, you die. If you stab a knife into a brain, you can actually precisely nick off parts of the brain and disconnect different parts from one another.
They literally do that during brain surgery if they're removing, like, what they will do is that, like, say you have like a tumor or something, a brain tumor. What they will do is that they will put you under anesthetics, and then cut open your brain, like cut a hole into the part of the brain they need to operate on. Then they will wake you up while your brain cavity is open, and then they will make you do tasks that relate to the function of the areas of the brain near where your where the tissue that they're removing is. So that
that picture of the lady playing the piano with a brain?
That's an example, but that's actually a standard thing. Like if it's like in your speech center, they will ask you to repeat sentences or say certain things.
But guess when they don't do that? Guess when they try to keep you asleep the whole time because your cognitive abilities don't fucking matter in this instance. Heart surgery.
Well, also waking you up since heart surgery, like if it's open heart surgery, your whole rib cage has been opened up. I think being woke up during that would be quite traumatic.
Yeah, it would be traumatic not only for you, but probably the doctor working on you, because now he has to deal with a cut open patient that's gonna freak the fuck out. So, no, I'm so sick of this wisdom, and the heart is more than just yes, it's more than just a muscle that pumps blood. I'm aware of this. I studied biology in college. I'm not a stupid dumb idiot. But when we're talking about its function versus the brain, they don't do the same thing. They are barely correlated in that matter.
I don't know. I think you could interchange them, honestly. Fine. Replace the brain with the...
Please leave. Please leave. I didn't like you before because you were Hispanic. Now you're making dumb I love that I could say that and I'm joking. I don't have to come back and defend myself. Anyway, we need to move on because I feel like if we focus too much on this, this tangent will be longer.
Sorry, I was just renaming the show.
What is the current name?
What's its name right now?
Well, Humanidad. That I can't say that. And then see Master Plants Edition.
You need to put in parentheses at the end, Ziegheil.
No, I'm not putting that.
God damn it!
Do you want the channel? Do you want the channel to not exist?
You're right. That's a good point. My stupid subtle jokes are not warranted. I don't want to lose the channel.
Like, the fact that we've said it multiple times and said Master Race probably already has us in deep water. We have a German on from time to time. We're already on the list.
Well, look, I feel like I posted something on Facebook the other day that I'm pretty sure you saw, Micro. The thing about comedy that Patrice O'Neill said. That was like comedy. Comedy shouldn't be like, not everybody should be laughing at comedy. He said there should be about 50 people. When you tell it, there should be about 50 people laughing and 50 people horrified. Because I honestly feel this way. Like, I feel like there are certain things that within reason you shouldn't joke about. Like, if you're fucking in a room full of women that have lost children, it's probably not a good idea to make a bunch of like abortion or miscarriage jokes because it's bad taste. But if you are in a room,
that's why you season it.
Well, you know, everybody knows to fill out their own crowd. You know what you'll be able to say within about the first 30 seconds of a conversation. But I know you just made a miscarriage joke. But here's the thing. Look, nothing should be off limits. And even if you like, especially if you know they're joking, it should be okay.
Well, that's also that's always the good rule of like, are you punching up or down?
It's true.
Well, I like to punch both ways. But the thing is that whenever I get punched,
you're bi-humorous?
I'm bi-humorous. I'm bi-humorous as hell. I'm gonna take all comers sort of jokes guy. So the treatments are sorry, I'm derailing our derail. I just have to. The treatments are completely personalized and tailored to the individual according to their unique circumstances. So what I hear from that is, even if you're poor, stupid dumb brain, you're smarty smart pants and you think you know it all, he's got something for you, guy. Everything's here. If you want to listen to whatever. Spaces at the center are strictly limited, allowing... Wait, what?
So when he means they're personally tailored and it's available to everyone, he means everyone who can pay him money.
Yeah, I have a feeling it's probably fairly expensive to take 3 months off in Guatemala.
Wait, I think he's talking about individually limited, like not here. I'm going to continue before we make too many more assumptions because we might be misreading something. Allowing you to treat 2 participants at any given time in order to ensure that proper support. Okay, is he saying that like only 2 people at a time can come to the resort?
Yes, I think so.
Okay, well that makes so little sense. He needs to expand his properties.
That's what he can do because he's not an actual treatment center where they have to like treat people. That's also what that's one of the like things that with like naturopaths or homeopaths, that kind of shit, like they're not overworked like the actual healthcare professionals, so they have time to sit down and talk with people, and it's a big part of the allure.
How does he claim this on his like just over? We had a I said, how does he claim this on his taxes? Does he claim it as like a neat slumber party that I had with the folks?
I don't know the Guatemalan tax system.
Why aren't you intimately familiar with the Guatemalan tax system?
I'm not. I said that joke assuming that it was similar to the American tax system.
Possibly, I don't know.
Hey, wait up. We need to look up Guatemala. Oh, never mind.
No, we don't. We're not looking into the fucking Guatemalan tax system.
Today I'm taking a look at. We're gonna learn how to do your taxes in Guatemala. Why? Just to make a stupid joke.
Guatemalan tax jokes. They're fun, and they take 15 hours to make funny. So, 2 participants at any given time in order to ensure that proper support and guidance is available throughout their entire treatment process. In other words, back Philly good rubs and ultra good vibes.
Ooh, I want back Philly good rubs.
Yo, It's gonna be a sweet slumber party, bro. It's gonna be sweet. For the majority of the part of the treatment, part of the treatment, participants enjoy the benefit of one-on-one therapy, offering total privacy and.
Oh man, this is real kinky. Not gonna lie, this sounds like a sex.
You get high on psilocybin and
like this is totally a sex thing.
And have tantric sex.
You're gonna get wet as the ocean and hard as a rock, baby. That's how it's gonna get down there. You know what I'm saying? The ladies are gonna be dripping, and the guys.
No, it doesn't matter what. It doesn't matter what you have down there. It's gonna be both because you're just hallucinating the other.
Whoa, dude! When did my Audi turn into an innie, bro? So let's move on. Look, you can't say that he thought he had a sex change on drugs and not expect somebody to say something about it.
No, it's just gonna let it hang and let like.
No, fuck you. Earlier we were making Nazi jokes, and now I make one other joke, and you guys go
yeah,
down
but
on me.
Make that again. Punching up and punching down. If you punch at Nazis, then that's punching up.
Punching Nazis is funny.
So I can't tell in this instance if you think you're above transgender people or below transgender people. Why can't we just be equal? What the fuck?
And it's not even a trans joke. That's the stupid part. It's literally a guy who's so high. He
Okay.
Treatments include post-process follow-up through online consultations with Guillermo, that's his name, to help participants with the integration into their daily life. Well, I guess if you have spent a year getting high, you might need some rehabilitation.
We'll get you high and then rehabilitate you from the fact that we got you high.
We offer pre- and post-treatment support with no additional cost. How do you do pre-treatment support? What does that mean? Like, post-treatment support makes sense because it's dealing with the consequences of the treatment. But like, how does pre-treatment support work? So
yeah. I'm trying to think if we do anything like that at our clinic. Like, but the most we do is be like, here are some resources you can call in case you need help or something. So we'll do that, but I'm not sure that's considered pre-treatment support.
Let's look at the treatments. Okay, we already read this because that's just the start. That's just the same as on the little blurb we read just now. The healing process begins from the moment participants decide to take the treatment. What?
That's
not how that works.
Oh, that's kind of akin to saying that the moment you paid for a car, you're sitting in the driver's seat. That's not what happens.
Oh, you're getting hip surgery? Well, your hip is already better.
Once you hit the waiting room, your hip is fine.
The decision to heal oneself is the most important element for healing with inferigens and master plans.
What?
The master plans?
The master plans.
Through the healing process, participants will activate the power of self-healing and it will be from comprehending thought. Wait, what?
No, through.
Oh, I can't read. And it will be through I really can't read this sentence. And it will be from comprehending through their own experience with the inferigens or master plans that the healing will take place. That joke never gets old.
No, it doesn't, because every time I see that picture I envisioned in my head of some guy leading a bunch of ultra white plants. It's the worst and funniest thing ever. We seek that participants reach a level of transpersonal consciousness. What is transpersonal consciousness?
Well, I mean, if you take it literally, it would be between people, I think, like across
persons.
Yeah, but
here's the
translate like the word. It's literally it's a prefix that means like across. That's why it's called transport.
Because you're moving one thing from moving something from one position to another. Yes.
Yeah.
But it's the rest of that sentence that makes the first part inconsequential and stupid, because it says to obtain a higher level of observation of themselves. So you need to be more.
I think it feels like that's just like word salad way of saying like you get like you self-reflect.
Like the way that the sentence is structured, to me, it sounds like they're saying be more conscious of your relationships with other people because it'll make you more conscious of yourself. And I would argue that paying attention to how you react with other people is more of a product of how you reflect upon yourself, like knowing who you are as a person. It's so confusing. I don't get it. Being able to observe oneself without identifying the body or mind allows. What are you fucking talking about? Those are literally the only two things that you are.
And it's saying you're having an out of body and out of mind experience?
I have no fucking clue. Because he goes on to say, one, to move away from the state of suffering and into understanding the experiences of life as only circumstances that one needs to undergo for one's evolution and spiritual growth. What the fuck are you talking about?
He really needs to learn to use commas.
Yeah, it was really hard to say that last sentence.
There's definitely more than one sentence in that.
So I don't understand why he decided to change not only the font but make it italicized, but whatever.
Circumstances in life that bring suffering usually enclose people in a limited world and thus enter into a cycle of self-sabotage, clinging to past traumas and painful events to provide a sense of identity. These circumstances possess great knowledge and wisdom for people's personal and spiritual development.
So real quick, I want to talk about something completely unrelated and then circle it back. Okay. Because I feel like it makes just as much sense as this website. Recently, I've been replaying the Metro series because Exodus is finally able to be sold on Steam, and I refuse to buy it on Epic. Fuck that. So I've been playing 2033, and I realized that there are some of those little like dog demon things that you can kill with one shot with that first 45 that you get, that Magnum. And then some of them take like a whole fucking clip to get rid of them. And I was thinking the other day, what's up with the disparity? You know, like why will one die easily and the other one doesn't? It's not like they're level based. It's not a level based game. And that's kind of how I feel right now. Why make the distinctions between all this other nonsense when it seems like you're just saying the same thing over and over?
I'm more like the implication of what's actually written in the weird like other font paragraph. Because
you're gonna talk about something serious? Because I was completely joking. The thing about Metro had nothing to do with it.
Yes. It was you just wanted to tell us you've been playing Metro.
Yeah.
No, it just made more sense than anything we've read.
Also, Dapper's angry at you for saying clip.
Oh well, it's not a clip. It's like I didn't know
it's a magazine.
It's a revolver. Well, no, it's not.
No, it's not a magazine. It's
either. It's a revolver, so it's like whatever you would call that. Drum. There you go. Dang. And in the moment, I couldn't remember that, so I just used the pejorative connotation clip. Everybody knows what that is. It's really easy to get across.
Yeah, it's the thing girls put in their hair.
Oh, and it's also the thing that bondage nipples. I don't know.
The thing that bondage.
I know what you mean, but I'm not sure that's the correct phrasing.
I didn't know how to put it in a sentence, so I just took the two things that got the point across and put them in there.
So what, like, I feel like what they're saying here is, like, especially the last part, they're essentially saying that, like if you experience something bad and fucked up that gives you, like, PTSD or makes you depressed, that those circumstances actually possess great knowledge and wisdom for people's personal and spiritual development. So if you're you're like sexually abused as a kid, there's like personal and spiritual knowledge in
that. Apparently, I don't.
That is kind of what they're implying.
It kind of is.
And also, like I don't like this.
That is.
Also, don't like the clinging to past traumas or painful events to provide a sense of identity. I don't think anyone I don't like if you have experienced something horrific. I don't think you like cling to it for a sense of identity. Like, that doesn't seem right.
Well,
yeah, I mean, you shouldn't. Maybe you do though.
Well, let's look into an extreme case, because I mean, let's look at the two sides of one extreme case. And I'm sorry if this brings up anything negative for anybody, but let's look at in an instance of rape. Now, I was friends with two people that were raped when they were young, and to be fair, both of them ended up turning out vastly different. One of them actually found comfort in continually changing their sex, and she basically just has sex with a bunch of dudes. And I'm not, that it's unfair to say that, but that's kind of the truth of the situation. And the other one is very sheltered and guarded, and I was really close friends with her for a long time, and I think she was like almost 29 before she actually like legitimately lost her like virginity. And I think to say something as like profoundly stupid as finding self-identity or greater knowledge or wisdom or power from a traumatic incident like that is far-fetched. And some people might identify differently with that, and that's fine. But I just find it really hard to believe that somebody could ever find greater wisdom or power from a situation like that without encountering like mental anguish, emotional stress, anxiety, fear, depression, trauma, literal PTSD.
Yeah, they're very much making it out to be like that. Like, there's some kind of silver lining, lesson, spiritual growth opportunity in everything, which makes me think that these people have never felt like have experienced anything really bad or horrific in their lives.
Yeah, and you know, it's I know a dude that was raped as a child, and you know, he actually to say that he found power or knowledge or wisdom from the event is stupid. Again, I'm going to say that. But to say that he wasn't a better person after undergoing tons of therapy and, you know, trying to find himself as a person, like after a great while, he did eventually find strength from the situation, but not in the sense of like, I was raped, so now I'm stronger for it. It was more so like I survived the trauma.
I'm stronger despite of it.
Yeah, I survived in the face of something that could have drugged me down. You know, he looks at it more as like a triumph of his own inability to like cope with what happened. And you know, that's perfect. But you know, I feel like this website is really diminishing a lot of things that really are more serious than they're, like you said, I feel like this guy's never really had anything bad happen to him. Like he's speaking from a place of a lack of understanding due to a lack of because it's really hard to downplay and to normalize trauma on such a level to where you're like, oh, well, I have some simple ass explanations for that, and some really dumb and fucking revolutionary ideas that nobody else has ever thought of before. Getting high to fix your problems isn't a thing that people already do with heroin, weed, and literally everything else. So how is this any different than any of that?
It's not.
It's not. It's not. It's absolutely not. And it's starting to piss me off. Like, this is actually starting to anger me a little.
Yeah. R&D, you read the next thing while I go get another beer. I have to deal with my past trauma.
We all got to deal with our past trauma our own way, I suppose.
Look, I'm currently. Yep, I'm doing something too, but it's not drinking alcohol.
Yeah. Okay. The treatment allows participants to find the real tools to heal themselves, to reinvent their existence based on their own wisdom, and begin to direct their life path in the direction that is more aligned with their own heart.
It's like, how do you align your life path with your heart? What does that mean? Like, I know what they actually mean, but like, they're using like the dumbest words possible to describe it.
Yeah, well, you know, you got it. Your heart is not actually a thing that pumps up blood. It's a...
Your body is a wonderland.
Body's a wonderland.
John Mayer already said it, baby. He already told us. Our body is wonderland. Yo, I'm sorry, but the John Mayer trio, they have some of the best fucking modern blues music ever.
Oh,
Whatever he did to change from John Mayer that we knew from Your Body is a Wonderland to whatever happened with the John Mayer trio, I'm sorry, but they are fucking good.
Healing tools utilized in treatments. Healing ceremonies with entheogens, framed in a sacred and psychotherapeutic context. We use entheogens such as ayahuasca, San Pedro, or Vacuma? I'm not familiar with that one. Ibogaine, psilocybin, psilocybin, cubic, blah blah. That's magic mushroom.
Psilocybin gubbinses, but that's psilocybe is like mushrooms.
Yes, that's magic mushroom, but they're writing it wrong.
Oh shit, they are.
It should be in italics because it's a scientific name, and B, the species name should not be capitalized, only the genus name.
Well, you know, that's to be expected, man. Oh, fly agare.
Yeah, that's the one.
We were gonna learn the name of it regardless.
Yes, and that's
so. This guy probably does have reindeer.
Amanita muscaria.
Muscaria.
Yeah, muscaria is just the Latin name for it.
Oh, well, yeah, it says right
or
there.
Vilka. Rapé. I'm sorry. That accent is doing a lot of work.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was about to say. That accent sign is doing a lot of heavy lifting right now.
Yeah.
Because I really wanted to say the other word so bad. And I was like, oh, damn.
My solution was to say rape with a French accent.
Rape.
Rapper. I'm Pepe Le Pew.
Fuck. Oh, man.
Oh, no.
Oh. And Senanga. Okay, what the fuck is Senanga?
Senanga.
It's like I'm guessing it's like random like inference from all around the world.
Oh shit, we need to get to his energetic purges with master plants. It's the third one. So let's read this. Let's read this next one and get it out of the way because we're about to get to the master plants.
So this is just like a bunch of like you get high on like all different kinds of things.
Metaphysical integration of the master plants through isolation diets that can last from 10 to 20 days. Jesus Christ.
Well, I mean, an isolation diet is, I think that's an actual thing where you like remove specific ingredients. Like, usually you do it to test if you have like food sensitivity or allergy.
And in those contexts, it makes sense.
Yeah.
Hell, in the context at which you think you intake too much sugar and you want to lay off carbs and sugar, that's fine. Just don't overdo it. From 10 to 20 days, depending on the circumstances of the participant. So basically what they're saying is, how poor are you? How much of the shit can you afford? The master plans that may be offered include, I'm going to say it like that every fucking time. Chirik, Sanango, Uchu, I'm assuming that's how that's said. Sanango, Ajo Sacha, Babenzana. Is that a G? I'm still very confused if that's a C or a G. I can't.
It's a C.
We're just gonna say it's a C. Clavo, Huasca. All right, let's give this.
Chachuvasi.
I was gonna say Chuchuwasi, but yeah. All right, we'll go with yours because it sounds less stupid.
I think Chuchuvasi is probably more correct because like most like the high amount of consonants that you're allowed in single syllables in English is quite weird. Like most like languages will not allow you to have that many. Will not allow you to have that many consonants.
I think we should confer with our.
Wait, what have you had?
Our Spanish-speaking participants.
I don't think it's Spanish. It's probably some indigenous language.
I was hoping that it was Latin in origin and that we could get a nice little, version from R&D. But but then there's Lupuna, I'm guessing. Tobacco. That's the funny one to me. Tobacco.
Yeah, have a smoke.
Here, Johnny, you want to smoke? So Chuchuwasi, the bark of the rainforest tree in the famous...
some aphrodisiac.
I told you, this thing sounds super kinky.
It's reported to be the most powerful libido booster known.
Woo!
Dude, this is a tantric sex workshop for sure.
As far as the female libido is concerned, Chuchuwasi is called the female Viagra. Which is a really stupid. Which is really stupid because Viagra doesn't make you horny. It just means that you can get hard when you are horny. Like
that's what I was
saying the only time that you get horny, like from Viagra, is in movies. Like in reality, it just means that it works.
You just get hard.
Yeah, if you're horny, people in villages along the.
Sorry, go ahead.
So it's some rainforest, like it's some like a lot of the other things here. It's like a rainforest thing.
I want to know honestly if it, now I know this is stupid, but I would be curious to know if there actually were anything out there that actually does produce the amorous feeling in somebody. I mean, other than like ecstasy or cocaine or.
Well, you just answered your own question.
Excellent.
Okay, never mind. All right, there we go. MDMA, that's your answer. Ladies, you want to get horny? Take some ecstasy. Is that our answer? Is that our answer?
Or you know, like find someone who really turns you on and be with them?
No, definitely try ecstasy first.
Well, here you go, folks. A guy with a master's in biology is saying it first. You want to get horny? Take some ecstasy. Oh my god! Before you degree, before you masters in biology.
Before trying online dating, try ecstasy.
Definitely take ecstasy.
In fact, combine them. Go on a date and take ecstasy.
Ladies, you want to have some real fun? Put some coke up your snatch and then pop a few ecstasy. Oh my god.
We need to get Culture and Goop on the line.
I just thought of the most unethical reality dating program. You get a bunch. A bunch of people, like, they have to go on dates, but they're high on LSD.
Oh my god! I knew you were gonna say that, but in my mind you said ecstasy.
That would all that they go through the random drug roulette.
I think a better reality show would be where they go through all of our fucking podcasts and take all of our ironic and clearly not serious advice and let people go wild with it. We'll lead off with the ecstasy thing.
We'll take 10%.
Yeah, exactly. CBS, hit us up with the royalties. What's up, baby? So, physical and energetic purges. Oh, that sounds so hilarious. What is an energetic purge?
That is a physical.
It's taking a dump.
Physical purge. That is a euphemism for
literally just taking a dump.
It's fucking jelly juice.
Oh, holy shit! This website is good. I mean, it made me so mad earlier, but they're making up for it slightly right here. Purges with some master plans include Yarwa. Okay, here we go with the fucking names again. Yawapanga. Tobacco. I know how to say that one. Rosa Sisa. That one seems. We gotta look that one up.
That one sounds nice.
Yo, what's a spellbreaker root?
Wait, what?
Medicinal plants.
Spellbreaker root. That's something from D&D.
Spellbreaker incense for spells, curses, jinxes, and hexes. I thought it said hoaxes. They sell it on Amazon? Oh, it's a body wash. Never mind.
No, it's a spellbreaker bath and body wash for hexes, curses, jinxes, and spells, and cross conditions.
Oh my god.
So this.
Reviews. We gotta read reviews.
I just want to make sure that it's actually what it is. Yeah, it's literally for reversing spells, hexes, and curses.
Let's see if there's any reviews. Oh, there.
Has this been working well for you, random stranger on the internet?
There are reviews. Yes. Oh, fuck yes. But we gotta read the first one at least. This works. Purchase it. You won't regret it. I'm gonna read it like a Valley Girl. Oh my god, I will be purchasing this again. I love art and the roots. What the fuck?
This worked for me.
Go back up real quick. She loved the art and the roots. I don't know what she means. As soon as I used it,
I could literally feel the darkness.
Art of the roots. Okay, art of the roots. I never mind. It was still kind of blurry.
I want to point out that that's probably just because you took a like that wasn't because it was magical. It's because you took it's a body wash. You took a nice bath.
She was probably a hippie and hadn't had a good bath in a while. Wow, feels so fresh. I was scared to use it because I have sensitive skin.
I mean, that's a real the weird part of this is the emoji. What is that winking emoji doing at the end of that sentence?
Are you lying? Is this a troll? Are you joking? Did your skin break out?
Is it supposed to be an innuendo for something?
It worked for me, ladies. I enjoyed every bath, especially the fragrance and the bubbles.
Fucking bubbles!
Thank you, Art of the Root. Smells nice, works well. I love everything.
How are you confirming that it works well?
I don't. What?
Wait
up. Q. Oh, whoa. FAQs, baby. Let's see what they got at. Let's see what they got to say.
I know this is a silly question, but the body wash, do you soak in top way, or are you supposed to wash your body with it? Okay. It might be. I'm gonna say this.
Is this lady unfamiliar with how soap works?
Yes. Well, she also seems to be
so far removed.
She also seems to be unfamiliar with how the English language works. So
I think she's really high on LSD.
You can soak in the tub with it. Performance.
This lady's on.
So bad. Wash it with it in the shower. Oh, you see that's floor wash?
Oh my god. I really hope this lady has a carpeted floor. Like that would be...
Hey, I have a question. How many times do I have to use it to make it work? Once.
Let's say let's say she was high on acid, right? her husband or significant other or whatever comes home. She's got half of her hair cut off. She's high on acid. She's holding her phone. It's got Amazon reviews open. And the carpet is just sudsy as fuck from all of this.
We didn't get an answer to what the fuck spellmaker root is. But holy fuck.
I don't think we ever will.
We need to do a full episode where it's just like, we just find weird, like woo Amazon products. Like we all find like three or four each, and we go through them.
All right, yeah, hey, next episode. But I'm gonna go ahead and say before anyone tries to call us out on it, yes, Gus Johnson did it first, and so did 1,000 other YouTubers. We realize we're not unique or special.
Oh my god, no. And there's there's a channel called Jello Apocalypse he did a thing with his friends where they a video where they played The Price is Right, but with like random shit they found on It was fucking brilliant. It's such a stupid video.
One of my favorite tech
like
videos.
How much do you think a yurt is? You have to pay for a yurt.
Well, I don't know how many people out there are familiar with Linus Tech Tips and his like yearly like his holiday roundups he usually does with like the best tech for under X amount of dollars. Well, Funhouse did their own version of this video, and it was James and I think Adam from Funhouse, and they did tech from that store Five Below, and everything they bought was absolute garbage, and it was fucking hilarious to see.
If you want to see something in the same vein, Ashens has done a series of videos where he bought like really like he tried to make the cheapest computer he possibly could off of like
Awful Wish, and it was fucking terrible. Yeah, I saw that. I love Ashens, dude. Him and his brown chair will always get my
sofa.
Views.
Well, technically, it's only half a sofa. Like it's just a sofa. Like originally it was an actual sofa in his house, but now it's in his office and it's just half of it.
Who is it? There's two other YouTubers he shares an office space with. I can't.
Yeah, think of who they are. Do you know gaming? Is one of them.
Yeah, well, it's Do You Know Gaming, and I own his fucking book. Who is it? God damn it.
I don't know.
The Nostalgia Nerd.
Ah.
Yeah, because I watched a video where Nostalgia Nerd was moving into those when he moved into those offices with them, and it showed Ashton's couch, and I was like, oh shit. I thought that was like in his living room or something.
I'm gonna assume that the J in this word is supposed to be pronounced like an R, like in Spanish.
Yeah, it's like oje.
Oje. Oje.
Yeah.
Oje. Oje.
Oh, that is terrible. Please stop.
Oje, oje.
Okay, I wanna point out that like my R's, the only ways I can roll them is really towards the back of my throat because that's how Danish works.
So basically what you're saying is anytime you roll your R's, you sound like you're gargling?
Yes. Danish is a very... If you ever wondered why I sound like I have a potato in my mouth, it's because everything is moved back in towards the throat.
It's because he does have a potato. Because the Danes are why the... Never mind. I'm not making that joke.
Mukura. Isn't that a character from Yu-Gi-Oh?
Makura. Actually, that's only...
No, that's Makuba, sorry. Among artists.
Shit, that's 2 letters. That's 2 letters from being the name of Nike's football cleats.
How the fuck do you know that?
Because I used to play soccer in high school, and I had Mercurials, but I think they're spelled Mercural.
Well, yeah, as in Mercury.
Very, very good, Micro. There you go. You knew a thing I knew. Sweet. But anyway, cellular resetting.
Wait, what? Whoa. What the fuck is that?
What cellular resetting? I don't know, but I know how to I can tell you how to reset an Android phone really easily, but I don't know what a cellular resetting is that they mean.
There you go.
I think they mean like cells, like the cells in your body.
Well, yeah.
Which still doesn't make sense. It still doesn't make sense no matter what context you put it in. Energetical. Okay. Are they troll? Is that a real word? I've been really fucking curious because we see it so often.
Yeah, it's a real word.
Okay. All right, that's fine.
It's pertaining to energy.
I would have figured that energetic would be sufficient enough to convey that, but fine. We need to add 2 more letters. Sure, whatever. It just seems stupid, right? I mean, we've seen it on all these websites, and I've always been like, is that a real word? I've just been too lazy to look it up. And physical cleansing, what? With Cambo and Iboga. What's Cambo?
Cambo?
And how would that accent O be said?
Well, I guess.
Oh no! Don't tell me it's something off a frog.
I'm not sure
it's not really
a frog.
It's not good news. It's not good news.
One of those frog things.
Oh my god, it is!
A frog shows up.
Oh my god, it is!
Frog thing.
A natural medicine extracted from an Amazonian frog. It's what the fuck? The venom extracted from the skin of a jungle frogs that come as a magical solution.
Nice. We need more magical solutions.
So
okay, I'm sorry. One second. Let me stop you there. Did you say a venom?
Yes.
Okay. We all know what venom means, right? Like, we don't need an explanation.
Well, actually, it's not a venom. It's a poison. Venom will imply that the frog is injected into you.
Oh, that's right. It's just a poison because it exists on them, right? It's on their skin.
Yeah, like you get like
bites you and you die. Poisons are you bite the thing and you die.
Yeah.
Well, and if you bite someone else, if you bite someone else and the frog dies, then you shouldn't. You need to learn the difference between. You need to learn that causation doesn't mean correlation doesn't equal causation. I fucked that joke up.
Yeah, nope, that was a mess. That was
jokes.
We'll be here all night, folks.
Don't give us tips because it would be a waste.
Yeah, give us the whole shaft. Always shaft your waiter. Wait.
Don't give us tips. Give us clips. I'm just trying to trigger Daybor.
Kidney, liver, and gallbladder cleansers with diuretics, which is things that make you pee. Specific diets and I know how to pronounce this. It's something like Ayurvedic medicine. It's like Indian folk medicine, if I'm correct.
Yeah, I think it's Ayurvedic.
Yeah, but they're literally making you pee. They're literally giving you shit to make you pee, and that's supposed to heal you.
I want to ask a question now. I know how it's spelled, and I understand that uretics is, urea, urine, etc.
It literally means running through. That's why it's called diabetes. Diabetes literally means running through because that's one of the first symptoms.
Yeah, but uretic is having to do or pertaining with the urinary tract area, like your pee.
Making a pee. It's making the pee run through you.
So what I was wondering, now I understand what a diuretic is. I get it.
Mm-hmm.
But why is it that something that makes you pee a lot called a diuretic? Now I understand why it's called that, but it sounds more akin to diarrhea. So it would make more sense if something phonetically, again.
Well,
if the thing that made you shit was called a diuretic and the thing that made you pee sound more urine related, because when you listen to the word diuretic, you don't immediately think that there's a U right there before the
like a uretic. I get it.
Yeah, but
or why isn't something that makes you poop called diarrheal? Like that would make sense, but I mean it's called a laxative, and that makes more sense.
Do you know my favorite of those? Like, wait, why is those two words called that when it shouldn't be the opposite or something like that?
Yeah, what
is Savannah and Atlanta? Because Atlanta isn't at the coast. It's not at the Atlantic coast. It's just in the middle of the country. Well, of the middle of the state. It's like far to the east of the state. Whereas Savannah is like at the coast. Those two cities should be switched.
Can I just tell you something right now?
What?
The way that you say Savannah and Atlanta is the same way that somebody from Texas would say it. Savannah and Atlanta.
I was very. It took me a second to figure out what the hell you were talking about.
That's probably because the person I've heard pronounce those two cities the most is also Southern.
For a moment, I thought you were from Georgia.
Yeah, Savannah.
Well, remember, my girlfriend is from Georgia. She says.
Oh yeah.
That's why.
Wait, does she say Savannah?
I don't know, but like. She depends.
No, actually, she speaks quite well. I don't think whenever.
That's because she has the accent. She can do it. Like her like when she the thing is she grew up in like a predominantly black and Hispanic neighborhood. So her natural speaking is kind of like Ebonics basically.
See, I actually was very lucky to get around that because when I was a little kid, anybody who's ever seen the show The Munsters, when I was a child, I looked very much like Eddie Munster, both in appearance, but mostly the thing that made me look like him was my hair because I had a nasty widow's peak. Like, it looked vampiric. It was fucking insane.
Are you saying you don't have it anymore?
Well, to be honest with you, when I was young, like 16 or 17, I got into a fight with a dude, and he was very pull your hairy.
Oh.
And he grabbed my hair on top of my head. I was on the ground trying to get back up.
But as opposed to grabbing your pubic hair.
Yeah. He grabbed my pubic hair and swung me around by my pubic hair. No, he picked up, he grabbed my hair and he was like, I guess he was trying to pick me up by my head or whatever, and he ripped out a chunk of my hair in the front. So there's like a half dime size. I mean, it actually made my hairline straight, so I'm not tripping. Go ahead, man. I didn't want that widow's peak to begin with. But hair just never grew there ever again. I was like, all right, cool. I'm not tripping out about it. But so when I was a kid, I got real lucky because like everybody, all the Hispanic and black kids in my neighborhood were like kind of nerdy in a way. So most of them were like, oh, Michael Jordan, basketball, football, Emmitt Smith, go for a 40-yard pass. And then the rest of them were just like Nintendo and Sega nerds. So I got super lucky, but I did grow up in the ghetto.
Oh yeah,
and they all thought it was funny that I spoke well.
In the ghetto, did you have intestinal tract cleansings and cellular restorations with natural supplements?
Well, we don't use natural supplements. We use unnatural supplements that the pharmaceutical companies gave us.
I think
like AIDS and herpes-gonosyphilis and all those other things.
I think cellular restoration in the ghetto is when you fence a cell phone.
Yo, I got these Boost Mobiles 2 for $5, baby, all day. Cellular restoration right here. You need to push your drugs. I got two Sprint Mobiles right here. A Virgin Mobile, a T-Mobile.
Also, intestinal tract cleansing. Again, that's just taking a shit. Or even worse, it's like a colonic or enema.
Oh no. Why? Will you stop?
I love
things with their butts.
People are fucking obsessed with their own shit.
You reminded me of some documentary I was watching. I wish right now I could remember, and I'm sure somebody will call me out on it later, or Dabor will leave a fucking comment in 5 days telling us what documentary it was. I love you for that. Please don't take that as an insult. It was very much so a compliment. But there was a documentary where they asked a doctor about some of these like alternative medicine treatments to try to like clean your like your digestive tract, and he was like, take a shit. He was like, it's really that easy. Just have normal bowel movements, eat fiber, and poop. And I thought that was really funny because right before they showed him, they showed somebody sticking a tube up somebody's ass, and he did not look very comfortable about this. And then it cut straight to like a straight-laced doctor, and he's like, yeah, that shit's unnecessary, just poop. He's like, if you're pooping, it's good. Those weren't his exact words. I want to make that clear. He was very much so speaking a lot more eloquently and scientific, but he was essentially break it down. Was like, yeah, that's not necessary. All you got to do is poop.
Just go take a fucking shit. Go into your bag. So let Bruno go take a swim.
Did baby go boom boom? Because if not, you should hit the potty. Sorry.
R&D, you want to read?
I like you. Okay. Consciousness technologies such as mantras, inkaros, phytotherapy.
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 Like plants.
Master plan.
You have to say it.
Meditation. Hatha yoga, not a full yoga, just a hatha yoga. Sorry,
half a yoga. That sounds like some kind of like a person with a very thick accent of some kind saying like half a yogurt.
Wait, half what are you telling me? I have a yoga? I got a yoga? Why half a yoga?
We only sell them before.
Okay, so real quick, I think it's kind of funny what Dabor said in the chat. He was like, yeah, the bridge of my nose is slightly crooked. If I ever get punched in the face, I've got a 50-50 odds of an improvement. And I want to say that is some bright next level optimism, my dude. You keep that shit alive, because good on you, brother. I just thought that shit was funny.
And Tantra.
Oh my god.
Okay,
fucking right.
Hold on, I want to point out that Tantra isn't, like, there are other forms of Tantra that just fucking...
I know there is, and it's more of like it's more like a subset of something, you know, kind of like...
It's very,
all those different kinds
slow.
Of karate and shit.
It's like slow yoga, basically.
Oh my god. One week... I need to document this in an episode so we can come back and find it somehow. We need to look at fake karates one day, like these fake martial arts.
Yes,
fake martial arts are hilarious.
Because there's one.
The problem is none of us know how to fucking fight.
Well, right now, look, I'm not a big MMA fan. I don't really care. I think watching people beat each other bloody is barbaric. But hey, if that's what you like, I'm not against it. It being a sport is not what I have a problem with. I don't even have a problem with it. But right now, I think it's in China. There's an MMA fighter that has been trying to go after a lot of these fake karate masters and chi masters because they're selling pseudoscience. And essentially, the guy's like, look, he went on TV and was like, look, this guy's bullshit. He's selling you nonsense. And he's like, I can't speak on the science of any of it, but I know he can't fucking fight. So what he's been doing is he's been challenging all of these chi masters and all these people that are selling pseudoscience and beating the fucking hell out of them. Not for the sake of making them look stupid like they can't fight, but just to prove that what they are selling is nonsense. And this man is being ostracized by the Chinese government, and he's basically lost the gym that he worked at, the gym that he owned, and he's basically went from a man of prominent stature to a man of nothing. And all he's been doing is going after pseudoscience.
Because remember the Chinese government very much wants their traditional pseudoscience to be legitimized.
Exactly, and that's exactly why the Chinese government is going after him. I can't remember his name, Dabor. Again, I'm gonna consult to you because I know that you'll find this for me real quick because I can't. I had to unplug my keyboard to plug in my fucking headphones. So right now I can't Google anything. But I swear to God, if you type in MMA fighter fighting Chinese chi masters, you'll find this fucking guy. He deserves all the support he can get, and I think as people that are very passionate about fighting pseudoscience, we should all give him as much support as we can.
He's literally fighting
pseudoscience. And the best part is he fought the most prominent chi master in China recently, and they had to declare it a draw. Like he beat this dude bloody, not even kidding, in front of a bunch of fucking people. It was filmed. You can go to YouTube and watch it. As a matter of fact, I think all of his fucking fights are filmed, and you can go watch him beat the shit out of these people over and over. And I
want to make a movie I want to make an anime based off of him that's called like Fists of Science, something like that.
Seriously, this guy deserves wide fucking acknowledgement.
Xiao?
I think it is Shu Xidong.
I only saw
I'd have to see
his
face. I'd have to see his face, but I'm pretty sure this is the guy that I'm talking about.
Well, there isn't a picture of him. Let's see if there is.
I'm trying to find a link to his YouTube channel.
Also nicknamed Mad Dog. Is a Chinese mixed martial arts artist who's been called the founder of MMA in China and is known for taking down fake. Yeah, it's him.
Yeah, it's him. Yeah, this guy, I don't know anything about him personally or anything about his life, but I do know about his fight against pseudoscience. And that alone was enough for me to be like, hey, this guy deserves to be more well-known than he is. He's way past his prime, and he acknowledges that. Like, he knows that he'll never be a famous MMA fighter, but that's not what he needs acknowledgement for. The fact that he's trying to make people better, like
the fact that he's punching people who really deserve to be punched.
Yeah, we're fighting pseudoscience. He is literally fighting pseudoscience. So again, anybody who's in the chat or watching today, please, I know MMA might not be anybody's thing because it certainly isn't mine, but please go give it 10 minutes. Go try to find. There's a documentary about him on YouTube. Just go watch that. It's worth your time, and it's worth a little bit of. The more American eyes that see it, the more the Chinese government can't fuck it. So let's try to make it to where this guy has a little bit of sanctuary. If not for me, for the sake of people that might actually be hurt by that pseudoscience.
Specific diets designed for physical detoxification.
Yo, it's been me really pulling us into like a negative headspace recently. I've noticed that.
Accompanied by neurological rehabilitation with natural supplements. Neurological rehabilitation sounds like something from a sci-fi movie where they like reprogram people's brains.
Oh, what's that movie with Schwarzenegger where he like goes into virtual reality and
Oh, no. You know what? No, it's not that movie. You know what it is? It's fucking Hologram Man.
Oh wait, was that movie with Kevin Bacon?
No, it's some weird B movie where they're like it's in the future and there's this like terrorist guy that they capture and they put him in like the newest most like high tech prison, which is where your soul is stripped out of your body. And then they reprogram your mind and they put the soul back in. But his soul sort of escapes and becomes a hologram with superpowers.
What?
It's a really...
It sounds amazing.
It sounds amazing. It's a terrible movie.
Does it have... Who's the main character?
Hold on.
Is that Kirk Douglas? What? That looks familiar as fuck. Like, really familiar.
Let's see. Oh yeah, the main villain is called Slash Gallagher.
No, dude, this is that movie that they fucking watched on Best of the Worst.
Yes, watched it. Yeah.
Yeah, I do remember this movie because they kept making jokes about how he was like Slash from Guns N' Roses mixed with Gallagher, the watermelon comedian from the 80s.
Yeah.
You know what's really funny about Gallagher? His brother took over being him whenever he quit. I swear. Whenever Gallagher quit being Gallagher, when he stopped smashing watermelons on his audience and telling bad comedy, his brother took over the mantle as Gallagher because they actually kind of look alike. Pretty sure that's a thing.
Therapeutic harmonization massages.
Yes. That's a happy ending massage right there.
You know,
you gotta harmonize my dick too.
Therapeutic harmonization. Yo, girl, I got this robe on. I just need some good harmonization. Oh shit. Oh my god, you get saunas with bath of plants. What is a bath of plants?
Saunas with bath of plants. I feel like I was missing a word for purification. Yeah. I'm gonna guess that what they do is that they have like they put some water with some plants in it. You basically get in a sauna where there's also a really big cup of tea.
Yeah, but there's one word missing here that really would have rounded it out. It starts with an M, and it indicates the better of something. Because I feel like they really missed an opportunity to reaffirm
what you're saying is that you wish the plants were gonna be that you had the plants wanting to be the very best that no one ever was.
You know, I need global domination type plants, and I don't think they're really putting that off here with that just bath of plants shit. All right, so physical activities like hiking to mountains, not to any specific ones, just do mountains.
And not up them. It's only hiking to them. They're not hiking up them. They're just going to them.
Look, I feel like there should only ever be like 3 people that should go around volcanoes. People that are looking to end their life. Because hey, that would be one hell of a story.
People live right next to them.
And that's fair. That's fair enough. I'll give you that.
And this place is right next to a volcano. That's why.
I don't find going to a volcano very therapeutic. Does anybody else really feel like?
I've never been one. I think I would.
I mean, I've been in like volcanically active like geothermal areas in like Iceland. It was pretty cool. Seeing geysers.
And that's cool. And I'm not arguing against the idea of visiting a volcano for one moment and for a brief moment of time, maybe seeing some.
I mean, lava, all the people on Hawaii basically live on one.
I couldn't live on one, man. That would drive me mad with anxiety. I would just constantly be like, "Hey,
I mean, am
I gonna wake up tonight and step into a lava field or what's?"
The ones in Hawaii are fairly like they don't have the like violent like explosive eruptions like Mount St. Helens or something like that.
Well, but here's my logic behind it. Look, if an area floods, there's a good chance that my house isn't going to crumble. Like if you have a 2-story home, there's a good chance that in a flood your house isn't going to crumble and wash away. You can seek refuge on the 2nd floor. Cool. In a lava situation,
the lava
it's going to burn into the lava and leave me nowhere to flee.
The lava isn't what's dangerous in a volcano. You can outwalk lava most of the time. What's dangerous in a volcanic eruption is
a lot of things can happen in 8 hours, man.
I think you would probably wake up.
I don't know. I've slept through a lot of shit. I'm a pretty heavy sleeper. A volcano is not the best place for me to live.
This is some weird, unnecessary paranoia.
I'm gonna fuck around and wake up to a bunch of phone calls from my wife and kids being like, yo, we tried to wake you up, but it ain't happened, so we left your ass. And I'm gonna look around and be like, no, well,
I like how you also...
The house is on fire. That's okay.
I like how you also invented a wife and kids in this scenario. Like,
that
why?
I definitely don't have.
Yeah, like where did they come from?
Well, in this situation, I picked a house next to a lava to get rid of them or something. It ended up working against me because I don't know. I'm a bad person.
Are you one of those people who doesn't want to move to California because they have earthquakes?
Honestly,
I wanna point out that both of you are living close to a super volcano, but okay.
Yeah,
I realize that, but here's the thing: I can live in constant denial because I can look at the city of Houston and be like, "Well, that looks permanent and there to stay," even though I know deep down that it's not.
Yeah, I don't have some irrational fear of that's entirely.
I mean,
look, my irrational fear of volcanoes.
To be fair, being afraid of volcanoes is a very irrational fear. I don't think that counts as irrational.
Well, look, my fear isn't of the volcano itself, because let's face it, it's just a mountain. My fear of volcanoes is the eruption part. That's the part that scares me.
Yeah, and I don't feel like that's an irrational fear. I guess. I think
it's a slightly irrational.
Well, I guess if you take it to an extreme, it becomes irrational.
Yeah.
Well, here's the thing. Would you rather now we're all afraid of a grenade going off, right? If
depends on how close I am to it, and what kind of grenade it is.
Let's just say that in this instance, the grenade is close enough to do real physical harm. Now, that's a rational fear, but if you were in a room with a grenade, that fear becomes amplified because now it's actually logical that in some instance it could really happen. And that's what I mean by
Why the fuck are you in a room with a grenade, dude?
It doesn't matter. In the situation, it doesn't matter because I live in Texas. So we could just assume that at some point I was in a room with a grenade. But
all of Texas is a grenade.
Just shoot it.
But the point I'm trying to make is that if I can see a structure that is visibly a volcano, anxiety peaks in me. But if you tell me there's a volcano and I can't tell it's a volcano, I'm okay with that.
It's okay. Definitely one way to deal with that.
Texas volcano. Yeah, dude. Where's that? Oh God, that's really not super duper far from me.
Micro, you're gonna make Smelly afraid to live where he.
Look, I'm not, without doxing myself, I can confidently say
there aren't any active volcanoes in Texas.
Well, here's the thing.
This is a big lava complex.
Well, see, that's probably more of a reason why I should probably visit there. If it's inactive, I would actually go and I'd be like, "Hey, this is cool, nice historic little piece of geological history."
That's cute.
I live within 4 hours of that.
That was correct. Anxiety Peaks is a good name for a volcano.
Is a what?
It's a good name for a volcano.
Anxiety Peaks.
But it needs to be active, just so it's a suiting name. It can't be something that's been inactive for millions of years. It's got to be something that's
this
last 2000.
When this last erupted, non-avian dinosaurs were still a thing.
Wow, that means it's probably long overdue.
No, it's inactive. It's not gonna.
I know it was. I was just kidding.
Hey, you should go.
But isn't Yellowstone? Isn't there an active volcano under some national park?
Yes, Yellowstone National Park is literally on top of a super volcano.
Oh, yeah, that was the thing that exploded. The creationists always are like, "Look, shit came back. Therefore, the flood is real."
Or if it's Ken Ham, look, the things came back.
Yes.
I can't imitate his accent. I'm sorry. I apologize.
It's not like I can.
Oh wait, it's New Zealand. He's from New Zealand. Never mind. Fuck New Zealand. I take Australia's side with that whole argument. I don't even know what the argument is. I'm just a bandwagoner.
There's an argument. I don't know. I honestly
apparently, well, here's the thing. Apparently, people from New Zealand don't like Australian people, and Australians don't like New Zealanders. I don't know what the beef is about, but I know it exists.
I mean, it's probably how like Wisconsinites don't like anyone from Illinois. We call them
or like Texas doesn't like anybody.
Yeah, pretty much.
We tried to annex ourselves. Remember?
I don't blame you. I blame you less now.
Well, the weird thing is that
really can you not blame us? I mean,
the weird thing is that Texas has there is in the Texan Constitution. There is a provision that allows you to split up to 4 separate states, which would be you wouldn't have to secede from the rest of the U.S. Because then you wouldn't be Texas anymore. Then you would technically be four separate states that wouldn't be part of the U.S. or something like that.
Texas North, Texas South, Texas East, and Texas West, baby. I 100% guarantee that's how Texas would do it. Not a doubt in my mind. That's exactly how it would happen. What are these signs? What are these 7 symbols, bud? What are these you got here?
Humanidad. I'm on the about section because I didn't want to read all the shit, all the bullshit.
Hey yo, there's like a shit ton of triangles in these pictures, except all but one has triangles in it.
No, they all have triangles in them.
Well, technically the second one, the peach colored one, I'm talking about on the interior.
Oh,
the symbol on the inside, not the.
Well, if you're talking about the things in the inside, yeah.
Yeah, so I mean,
Humanidad. I still love that that's originally from a Swedish porn movie.
Wait, really?
Really?
Yes, that song is originally from a Swedish porn movie, and the Muppets redid it.
Oh my god, that actually makes it 10 times better. That doesn't diminish anything.
That's not my favorite Muppet fact. My favorite Muppet fact is the fact that there were early on there were at one point plans for Big Bird to go on what would become the Challenger shuttle's last mission.
No shit.
I'm not making that up. You can Google it.
Oh no!
So you're telling me that the guy that played Big Bird when he walked around almost died on the challenge?
Yes.
Holy
the guy who played Big Bird. The idea was like it was very early on, and they were dropped pretty quickly once they realized that we can't really put a guy in a Big Bird costume in the shuttle. It doesn't work. But there were plans. There was an idea. And he was contacted to have him on the what would become the Challenger's last mission. Which, if that had happened, would mean that that would have meant that thousands of children would have watched Big Bird explode.
God. Holy shit, could you imagine the impact that would have had?
God, history as we know would be so different.
you would have half of a generation of American kids would just be traumatized.
Yes.
Dude, holy shit.
We wouldn't have Big Bird anymore.
Well, just find another person for him.
Funeral. Oh my god.
No. 100% guaranteed if Big Bird would have died, they would have had a special on PBS where all of them said goodbye to him, and then it never, they never aired it again. Like, it would have probably been the last show if Big Bird would have died.
Look, I'm not making it up. It's an actual story.
Holy shit!
I want to go visit this alternate reality with the dead Big Bird.
Oh my god, dude! This would have. like my mind is going crazy right now thinking about the implications that would have had. Like this. Seriously. Do you know how much Sesame Street I watched as a child? Like, do you?
This is very like what's it? The butterfly effect-ish.
You know, if that movie would have had a better actor in it, I think it would have been pretty good.
I didn't mind it. I thought it was a fine,
Kutcher was fine. It's just whenever you watch him on, for me, it's hard for me to separate characters. So I like when somebody gets typecasted because then I know what to expect from him. So whenever he went from being Kelso to the dude in Butterfly Effect, it was like, nah, you're really an idiot. Say something funny.
Humanidad. Wow.
You are.
I can't say that word.
Humanidad.
Humanidad. Inferior Healing Center specializes in holistic detoxifications and healing conditions. So
isn't that funny?
Why is depression capitalized? I don't know.
Because it's super serial.
It's
super serious depression, not just regular depression.
No.
Super cereal is what Superman eats.
Oh no! Super cereal is also what Al Gore's character on South Park says whenever he means super serious.
I know, but I like the idea of Superman like sitting down for breakfast and having super cereal.
Clark, would you like to come out and have breakfast with me? No, fuck you, Lois. I'm having super cereal right now.
I mean, it is like it's not. You can say that it's not within character, but it is actual DC canon that Clark's parents still wraps his Christmas presents in lead foil so he can't spy on them.
What?
Look at him! I'm sorry, that's true.
That's so dumb. That's so dumb.
Do you guys ever see the episode where Clark Kent like shaves himself by like using his laser vision on his own like shooting
what else
mirrors?
would he use? Like
I know, but it's fantastic. It's just like
look. Can we acknowledge something real quick before we run out of time because we have 15 minutes and then I do have to go because I have to get ready for work. But the thing I wanted to point out is anytime they have a run of a run or a series of things that they're putting in a list in a sentence, they capitalize the first letter of every fucking word. Anytime they do a run or series of words, every time, and it's things that don't need to be capitalized.
Oh, hold on, we've actually already read this part because that was what's on the homepage.
Yeah, with the master plans.
Yeah.
God damn it!
Someone read it.
Hope. I can't see it. Okay, it's finally clear. We follow a non-dogmatic. Oh my god! So you have no rules? You have absolutely. It's a fucking free.
We just make it up as we go along.
This is straight up off the cuff. We are making this is freestyle medicine. Is what
mining. Let's go with that.
Oh my god!
They used a random woo generator to make up treatments.
Because isn't dogma just rules?
Yes.
Like, am I wrong?
No.
Okay, good. I'm glad that my phonics hasn't fucking failed me. Because non-dogmatic, you are literally saying there are no rules. There are no fucking rules. So what does that mean for your practice? It's
also,
not
how can you have
Why am I justifying it?
How can you have a non-dogmatic discipline?
Isn't
that a contradiction?
That is literally it's fucking jumbo shrimp, bro. It's literally an oxymoron. You have a non-dogmatic discipline. Discipline implies rules and regulation. If you are disciplined in a martial arts, you understand all of its rules and all of its regulation.
And its dogmas.
Oh my god. Okay, so now that we're done with that contradiction in terms and have no religious, see, that's what we were talking about earlier.
And that's why we have chakras, which are totally not from a religion.
Oh no, they're absolutely not from. Oh my god, all I can think of the word is Hindu.
No, yeah, Hinduism and Buddhism.
Okay, good. Okay. Oh, whew. For a second, I thought I was being racist.
Chakras are from Hinduism and Buddhism.
Yeah, they're like the wheels of life, right? Isn't that what they're? A chakra is just a wheel.
Well, like the word chakra is from the Sanskrit word that means wheel.
Yeah, but like,
it's not supposed to be an actual like physical thing.
No, it's not meant to be like a wheel that you'd put on a cart.
Well, no, like it's not like
I'm talking about
they only idiots like Western hippies thinks it's an actual it's supposed to be an actual physical thing. It's a metaphor.
Yes. Okay. There you go. That's what I meant. I didn't literally mean with my wheel metaphor, like that we were talking about.
The chakras on the bus go round, round, round.
I mean it like they mean it like as a metaphor. Like that's not supposed to be taken literally.
Well, it's hard to drive a bus with metaphorical wheels. It doesn't really go anywhere really unless you like push it down a hill. Very steep.
Or you have a bunch of butter.
We have to loop up the road. The bus needs to go.
So I have a question. If they have no religious or philosophical affiliations whatsoever, does that mean that they don't have a philosophy at all, or that they don't adhere? I understand that it means that they don't adhere to any others, but does that also mean that they take it upon their own? Like, is that a self-reflection where they also don't contain a philosophy?
Crypto has a good question. So a naked man can walk into this company and say the Mountain Dew a beaver semen can cure autism. These idiots would believe, would swallow it hook, line, and sinker.
Well, there's already somebody kind of saying that right now. The CEO of Bang Energy Drinks had to delete a video from YouTube because he point blank and very blatantly made the claim that drinking certain kinds of Bang Energy Drink, a energy drink that is on the market right now and sold as a supplement for working out, he said that it cures cancer, autism, certain types of eye problems. By the way, it has no vitamin A in it, which I don't see how it would help with eyesight at all, because I'm pretty sure vitamin A is the vitamin that
it's what's turned into retinol.
Yeah. Okay. See, I know science, some of it.
Okay. Every time you say bang, all I can think of now is, do you know, is Sillet Bang a thing in the US, the cleaning product?
Yes, actually, I don't.
Are the commercials where it goes like bang and the dirt is gone or whatever?
No. I don't think I've ever actually seen a Bang commercial here, but I have seen their product sold in like.
No. Sillet Bang is like a cleaning product. It's a German cleaning. It's original from Germany, I think.
Then no.
It's a cleaning product, and all the their slogan, the commercials are always dubbed, it's clear it's the original German one, so the lip movements doesn't match, which is hilarious.
So it's like watching anime.
Yeah.
When the lips don't match what they're saying, regardless of if you're watching it in Japanese or English.
Yes. But their slogan was like bang, and they're like the dirt is gone, or I'm not sure how to pronounce it. But all I can think of when you said the Bang energy drink is just a similar slogan, which is just bang, bang, and the cancer's gone.
Yeah, I was about to say that. If the CEO could get away with it, that's what the fucking commercial would be. The second you said that, that's what popped in my head too. Was bang and the cancer's gone. Bang and the autism is sayonara. Or just a bunch of dumb, stupid fucking Americans saying
sayonara to autism.
But anyway, so they have no religious or philosophical affiliations. Remember that, guys. Dostoevsky, fuck that dude. We talking about any what was that dude that wrote?
I have a feeling they mean philosophies in spiritual mumbo jumbo sense, and not actual philosophy.
Nah, fuck you, Bertrand Russell. Get him out of here, bro. We're not listening to any of the stuff he has to say.
Well, if they did, they would have to, stop what they're doing.
Yeah, because what was Bertrand's biggest book? It was like Why I'm Not a Christian.
Something like that.
It's really good. It has the teapot theory in it. That's kind of where that originated.
Yeah.
And then Sam Harris did his extension on, or his breakdown of the book. We don't need to talk about books. We have 6 minutes.
Okay.
So then they go on to say, we provide a holistic and resourceful approach to the healing on healing by blending Eastern, Western, and plant medicine. So basically what they're saying is they combine mumbo jumbo with more mumbo jumbo mixed in with the parts of actual medicine that they like.
Like mumbo jumbo, actual medicine, and mumbo jumbo.
Yeah, that's why I said 2 mumbo jumbos and the parts of Western medicine that they like. And then, like Rhetoric said, aspirin.
Yeah, you can have aspirin for when you start.
You know what? I'm going to go ahead and admit something point blank.
Or quinine for malaria. That's what's in tonic water.
Yeah.
That's why you mixed it with gin, because it, like, tonic water on its own tastes horribly. So gin and tonic was invented when, like, English people went to Africa, and they like didn't want to get malaria, so but tonic water tasted horribly by itself, and they were English, so they had gin, so they made gin and tonic.
So basically, what you're telling me is they're like, oh, we have these gross berries that we can make into an even grosser alcohol. We have this gross water. Oh my God, mix them together.
Hey, gin and tonic. Gin and tonic is one of my favorite cocktails.
Oh no.
It's really good.
I'm sorry for your loss.
R&D. What he just admitted to us is that his tongue is broken.
Okay, I want to point out that some of my favorite beers are IPAs, so I'm already used to like bitterness. Also,
so what you're saying is that you're used to licking donkey ass. Gotcha.
Also, I want to point out something cool. Quinine will fluoresce under UV light. So if you take a black light and shine it on a gin and tonic, it glows like bright white.
And it'll make you very sick if you eat too much of it. That is true, though.
You can overdose on quinine. Yes.
Oh yeah, and it will make you very sick.
Yes.
Very sick, and you'll probably die. So don't do that. So don't do that, dummy. Be smart. Go eat McDonald's. Okay, buddy? Thanks.
You can also be very sick if you overdose on McDonald's.
Yeah, well, yeah.
It's called type 2 diabetes.
I was imitating that terrible Michael Jordan commercial from the 90s whenever he got caught fucking betting on his own team or some bullshit. He did fucking community service, and part of that was doing that dumb PSA for McDonald's. It was like, don't do that. Be a good guy.
Is that where that GIF is from?
Yeah.
They're like stop it. Get some help.
Yeah, stop it. Get some help. Don't do that.
What is it actually for? It's like drugs?
Honestly, I think it might be drugs or something. I don't remember what the message
like
of
drugs.
it is. I don't remember what the message of it is. I just remember there was a JonTron episode where he was where he did the best imitation of it, and that's what sticks in my head is JonTron's imitation.
Speaking of drugs,
do that. Stop being a dummy. Eat McDonald's.
Speaking of drugs, our approach to the sacred, remember, it's sacred, but they're not religiously affiliated. Sacred use of inversions and proper rituals with master plans is one of utmost respect that abides to the Amazonian safety protocol and regulations.
That's the top-notch protocols of safety right there.
Also, I'm pretty sure Amazonian is supposed to be capitalized.
Yes, because it's descriptive of a place.
Amazonian. I want to look up Amazonian safety protocols. Nope. That's a horribly overexposed photo.
Guillermo, you look awful.
That's an awful picture.
And that was the summer that Gammo got skin cancer. That picture wasn't overexposed. He was just very direct sunlight.
Well,
and that's what it would have sounded like if somebody imitating Morgan Freeman would have narrated his life.
I mean, to be fair, you're probably the person here who's able to do the best Morgan Freeman impression. Like,
Wait, what?
I feel like of all the three of us here, you're probably the person who most whose Morgan Freeman impression is gonna be sounding most like him.
It'll actually be acknowledged as a Morgan Freeman impression.
Yeah, I can tell what you're going for. I have a feeling if Mia or an R&D tried to go for it wouldn't work.
I've just got that nice timbre in my voice. It's like rich butter, baby.
Ooh.
Now, when I was in high school, I had somebody told me that I had a voice like Barry White, and I was like, no, the fuck I don't.
Yeah,
you ever listen to Barry White? No, I don't, dude. That guy's voice was like crazy deep. I can't hit like as low a registry as he can. I can't, dude.
Well, on that note,
on that extremely weird and I can't even finish the sentence.
Good night, everybody.
Good night.
We'll be here.
I'm drunk. Goodbye.
Chef, remember